live. It's a delicious way to use up that sourdough discard that you may not have thought of. Here to share her recipe for cocoa sourdough brownies, we welcome back baking instructor and author of the upcoming cookbook, Mama Bread, Adrian Hale. Great to see you. Welcome.
Good to see you too. Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, so sourdough and a brownie.
Sourdough.
How does this happen?
So when you make bread, when you're a sourdough baker, you have lots of discard.
Right.
Because you're constantly feeding it.
Okay.
When you're learning, it's okay to discard. It is called discard, but a lot of people like to use it for, use it up.
Why not?
And so I have a whole chapter in my upcoming book that's how to use up the discard.
Oh, wonderful.
And this is a good go-to, brownie. I mean, who doesn't love brownies? So you always have—
No one.
Right? So, and today I made it with peppermint, but this is kind of like a constant in my house. You could do it with nuts as I have it. If you don't like peppermint, keep the vanilla in there and top it with marshmallows and make it like cocoa that way.
This is a nice kind of seasonal winter holiday treat for whatever you have coming up. That's going to be a crowd pleaser. Hey, I want to go back to the book really quickly. Tell me how the title Mama Bread came about.
So I have a kid who couldn't eat bread. I found out, through a series of when they were 3, they have they, them pronouns. So we went to the doctor, did all the stuff, tried to figure it out, and it turned out that bread was the thing they couldn't eat.
That's no fun.
It was
Come on.
No fun, but also kind of an existential crisis for me because I come from a family, I'm from a Jewish family. My grandmother was a concentration camp survivor.
Oh, wow.
And was always had the story of bread saved her.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I can't not have bread on my table.
Right.
So this was like the rabbit hole I've been in for 14
bread
years, or
that your kid can have.
That my kid can have. So it's sourdough, long, slow fermentation helped them. They started calling it Mama Bread.
How awesome is that? What a great story.
Yeah.
And spanning generations to have it all come together.
Yeah.
Okay, should we get started on our cooking recipe today?
Yeah, let's do it. Is this on? Let's see
if we're warmed up over here. We're plugged in.
Plugged in.
There we go.
Turn it on. So I'm doing this double boiler method that I learned from an Alice Medrick book. She's a great recipe developer. And instead of using like a traditional double boiler, she uses where she just submerses a bowl into a pan of water.
Right.
Steam, which is a traditional double boiler, can get hotter than boiling water, so it actually works better this way.
Oh, interesting.
And it's just less finicky. So
and with certain ingredients already in there to get started.
Yes, I have the first 4 ingredients. I have butter, sugar, cocoa, and salt in here, and we're just basically letting it get hot, and we'll mix it together and then add some eggs, some sourdough starter, vanilla extract, or in this case we're doing it with the peppermint.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And then we'll bake it.
Minty chocolate.
Super easy.
Goodness.
Yeah.
What else can we expect in the book? Because it's not quite out just yet, but coming soon.
Yeah, so it has, it's all long, slow fermentation. So it's all sourdough recipes and mostly whole grain. I have a whole chapter, or most of the recipes are whole grain, and then a chapter that has some lighter flours, and then sourdough discard, and then like what to do with old bread.
Beautiful, because you are like the grain detective.
I'm the grain detective.
You are seeking out all of our great local options too.
We have great, we live in a city for whole grain or local grains.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard to find local grains.
Of all the great food and sort of culinary options, I think sometimes we forget about the basic ingredients that we also have to offer.
Yeah, it's so true.
Okay.
So I'm just waiting for this to come up to
get a little melty,
because it's just going to melt.
Okay.
And that's simple as that. We're just waiting for the butter to melt.
And that's going to sort of become the beginning of the brownie consistency.
Exactly.
And then eggs make it that really delicious.
It looks a little grainy when it first melts.
Okay.
I hope this is this up
See if we've got the high heat going.
Yeah, so
it's camera shy. It's giving us a run today.
And once it melts, it's that's all you're doing is just waiting for it to melt.
What else do you have going on this season? We're in the middle of Hanukkah still.
We are.
What's happening?
Tonight's the 7th night.
Yes.
So tomorrow we're going to Kachka.
Okay.
For their latke party.
How
we
fun.
went to Sweet Lorraine's a few nights ago. It's just been like a super fun season.
A latke party sounds like a place that I want to be. That's awesome.
I mean, call them up. They're doing it tonight and tomorrow. The other thing is we'll switch to Christmas right after that. We have,
Fun.
you know, mixed family.
Why not? Do it all.
Yeah.
We celebrate all here as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Things are happening.
Yeah, it's just getting hot.
This is like the
It'll take a minute.
anticipation. We're all getting so excited.
Well, it'll
Okay.
just keep going, yeah.
Should we do TV magic and fast forward to the next thing while things are still melting, just so we can get it going?
So I would take this.
Okay.
And just once this is melted,
Okay.
I would do these one at a time, which I can't do until it's melted because
see.
it'll mess it
Okay.
up. And then
Okay.
we'll put this in here.
And is this is
Some
the actual
extract.
discard that
This
we've been
is the
talking about?
discard, yeah.
Okay.
And so I do a method in the book where I feed it a little bit. A lot of times when people have sourdough, they have a lot of discard.
Oh, okay.
So I do a method where I keep just a little bit and then I'll save it up to use when I need it.
Sure.
But I also teach, which you can find on my website, a class that does the whole sourdough baking process.
Because it's a process.
It's a process.
It's a commitment.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah, it
Let me
really
see
is.
if this is, are we warming? This might not be getting hot.
I know, I'm wondering about that.
Can we microwave it, or is that
Let's try
against
it.
the laws of?
You know what? I think cooking should be like flexible and fun.
I'm going
so why
for it.
not
Let's make
try
it happen.
Here, let's just put it on here just to.
We can't wait any longer for this. Gosh darn butter. Probably only a few seconds too, right?
Yeah, I would think 20 seconds should do it.
Okay. Everything is under control.
You said microwave, right?
It's live television. We'll make it happen together. Okay, I'm going to give it maybe 5 or so more seconds. I don't want to overdo it and ruin our beautiful ingredients. Okay. Is anything? It's warm. Let's see.
Yeah, let's see how it's doing.
Well, the beautiful thing is that you already have one made for us, so we can pretend and skip to the bite at the end.
I mean, I wish it was melting faster because it comes together so quickly.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll do it another.
Okay, let's do
20
one more time.
seconds. Yeah.
I need to have more faith in the microwave.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's and that is like something about this recipe is it's hard to mess up. It's very flexible.
See, this is a good demo of things go wrong,
yeah.
but then they don't.
But you know, and also like sometimes when things go wrong, we learn something in the process.
There we go.
And
And then we're going to come out of it even better because there will be cocoa butter goodness coming out of this microwave. All right, I think that's going to be. Oh, I see some meltage.
we just need some.
We're back on
melted-
track.
Perfect.
Is that good?
Oh, yeah. Let me just take this
Okay.
over here.
Oh yes.
All right.
Oh yes.
Let's just get this all
That's
mixed
what
together.
we're waiting for.
We'll see. Now we know.
The ooey gooey stuff.
Now we know you learned the new double boiler method, but
Yes.
the microwave works too.
The microwave works. When in doubt.
Let's not be too precious about it all, right?
Yes, we were talking
Okay.
before about my commitment to microwave cooking, and here we are, just demonstrating it.
You know, and you came up with the idea, so that's great. I mean, it's always better to cook with other people.
Okay.
So it does look a little
yeah,
grainy,
it does look grainy.
which is
That's
okay.
so interesting.
Once we add the eggs, it'll stop
Okay.
looking grainy. The first one will make it a little less, and you can just add the eggs straight in there.
Oh, perfect. Okay.
Break the yolk and just mix it in.
Oh, that smells so good.
Right, the cocoa.
Okay. We have to be kind of quick about making this come together now.
Okay, let's do another
Oh,
one.
yes. Oh, yes. It's happening.
All right.
A brownie is coming together.
Break that apart and see how it's starting to look glossier.
Yeah.
And we'll just pull our pan over. And in the recipe,
Okay.
I talk about buttering and putting these to make a little sling to pull it out.
Sure.
But you know what? You don't have to do that again. Let's not be too precious.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's good to just get a pan of brownies
Yeah.
out of the oven.
No
Kids
one's
can
going to
cut
be
into
mad
it.
with any presentation of a brownie.
You can put the vanilla and
Yeah.
you know, peppermint if you wanted
Sure.
peppermint. And then we'll just pour it into our dish. And I brought a few just to show you again. Don't want to be too precious about
Yeah.
anything. If you don't have an 8x8 pan, use a pie pan. You know, you can just sort of use
That's
what
a
you
great
have.
idea.
That's
Brownie
what it's
pie.
all
Who doesn't
about.
want that? Okay.
So we'll just let that come to the edges.
And then what's the actual baking here?
325 for For 30 minutes, and I usually rotate halfway through. I brought these to put on like I did here.
How fun.
But you can also do nuts, marshmallows, whatever. Oh, I forgot to put the sourdough in there.
Do you do that at the very end?
I actually would have gone in here.
Okay, yeah.
So this is supposed to go in too, and that's what makes it leaven.
I'm going to cut in over here. I'm going to reach over you, and we got to get a taste of the finished product, because I've been staring at this, and I need a corner piece, because we all know that's the best. Okay, let's see.
Can I take
Can you hear the crunch? That's so fun.
What I love about these brownies is people always talk about cakey versus fudgy, but it kind of has, to me, like right in between.
I was going to say it's a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Really nice texture. Love the chocolate. Love that little touch of mint as well. Hey, we did it.
We made
it through. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
The book, again, is Mama Bread, and we'll have this recipe and more information about Adrian on our website at katu.com. And we'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.